Hello, Australia.
And welcome to Life Support,
the only infotainment program with all the information you need and all the entertainment you want.
and more importantly, all the solutions you've been searching for.
No matter what your problem is.
No matter how many problems you got.
I'm Sigourney, and on tonight's show, I'll be showing you how some simple craft can help you when it comes to doing the simple things.
I'm Dr. Riddy, and a little later I'll be dispensing some timely advice about drugs, and in a totally unrelated story, how to get more money into your lifestyle.
And I'm Penny. I'll be showing you how to run a community childcare facility for the good of the children and the good of your wallet.
I'm Todd, and you wouldn't want to miss what I got coming up in the show.
Intriguing.
Yes, we've got a great show prepared for you tonight.
So look and listen up.
Because you might just learn something.
Let's get to it.
Today, I'm going to be talking to you about smoke alarms. They cost about $10 from your local hardware store. They're dead easy to install and activate, and they can save you a lot of grief. Work out where a fire is most likely to start in your home. Perhaps it's the living room if you have an open fireplace, or maybe the bedroom if your son likes playing with matches, or in my case, it's the kitchen, because that's where my lady friend does the cooking. Now, before I go any further, I should let you know smoke alarms do contain radioactive material. So if you're an environmentalist, you may want to take a pass on getting one, because letting your house burn down would be better for the environment. Once you've got your smoke alarm installed, why not utilise its full potential? A smoke alarm only costs around $10, whereas a burglar alarm costs hundreds of dollars. So if you're trying to save a penny, why not use your smoke alarm as your burglar alarm? All you got to do is rig up a couple of devices so that when someone breaks into your home, they'll start a fire. If someone jimmies this door, the petrol falls down, the flame comes on, and woof, my smoke alarm will be waking me up in 2 to 3 minutes, and it will be dead easy to pick out the perpetrator in a lineup. He'll be the one with third-degree burns on 80% of his body. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hang on, Todd's gone a little bit crazy. But have I? Let's just say I'm not insured against theft, but I am against fire.
Okay, if you don't know how to send a letter for free, here is the dope. Put your name on the front of the envelope as the addressee, and on the back, the address of the dude you want to send it to. Then all you got to do is post the letter with no stamp, and it'll get returned to sender because of insufficient postage. Okay, so why not use the same deal when you go packing in Asia? Using the letter model, you can get posted to wherever you want to go. Just pack yourself in a box, write "not known at this address" on the lid, and get your mates to drop you off at the post office. Just make sure you rug up, take a good book, your Walkman, and a breathing apparatus. Just make sure you've got plenty of leg room, because deep vein thrombosis is a bitch. Then, when your holiday is over and you're all cultured out, turn up in tears at the local Australian embassy, visaless, tell a tale of woe, and get sent home for free. Sure, you might get a cavity search on the way back in, but hey, what a great travel story to boost your cred.
Ladies, do you suffer from obsessive-compulsive disorder? Does it take you forever to do even the simplest task, feeling that if you don't get it exactly right, your family will die? Well, that needn't be as good as it gets, because tonight I've got a wonderful hint that the modern obsessive-compulsive woman will want to try time and time again. Now, for the modern woman, setting the dinner table can be an enjoyable act of self-expression. But for the OCD set, it can be time-consuming and frustrating. Constantly realigning the crockery with the cutlery and the glassware, it's enough to drive you insane. But you can take the guesswork out of angles, equidistance and relative space. All you need is a plain tablecloth, a dinner setting, a a pencil and some black fabric paint. To start, simply set the table. Now, because this is how it will always look, you want to take the time to get it just right. Then trace around each item with a 4B pencil. Now, take your fabric paint and fill in the silhouettes, being careful to stay inside the lines. Some might say go fashion, never function, but I think you'd agree that this stunning tablecloth puts that old adage to rest. Now, this only took me 4 hours and 22 minutes, but of course I'm not obsessive compulsive. So if you're making this at home, you may want to give yourself a week. From dinner for two to Christmas Day lunch, you can create a whole linen cupboard of time-saving possibilities.
Hello there. Dr. Rudy here. Men, are you a cocaine dealer? Well, if you are, you've probably noticed that your product has a little side effect. It makes people's noses run. And when people come out of the bathroom sniffling, that can arouse suspicion, which in turn can get people fired or arrested. This means one less customer for you. So, can I offer a suggestion? Instead of cutting your cocaine with drain cleaner, why not invest in a packet of Sudafed? Just crush up the white tablets into a powder and put a little bit in every gram. That way, every time your customers take a snort, the Sudafed will dry their noses up. And dry noses means repeat business. Bye now.
Well, Dr. Rudy, haven't we had a fabulous response after our first few weeks?
Absolutely.
We've had so many letters of support for life support, like this one from Fadwa of Geelong. She writes, I can't believe the advice given on your show. It amazes me that in this day and age, your attitudes are given a platform.
I can hear the chorus of About Time.
Yes, Dr. Rudy, so can I. Isn't it wonderful? Fadwa's words epitomise the impact our show is having on you, our loyal audience, and on our colleagues in the television lifestyle industry.
So thanks, Fadwa, and here's some more top television for you.
A large proportion of Australians live under the poverty line, and being broke can get you down, way down. But to get you out of this futile depression, all you need is some ingenuity and a little bit of creativity. Arts grants, an accessible government funding body riddled with loopholes. All you have to do is make yourself look like a couple of fashionably oppressed minority groups. Cultivate an intense anecdote and a creative result. Get yourself an appointment and apply a liberal amount of racial stereotype. Arts funding, here I come.
Hi, my name's Penny, and I'm a 19-year-old black lesbian living in Marrickville. Last night, I was beaten and abused by a gang of nasty men in a dark alley. As opposed to wallowing in its depression, I, alternatively, have decided to transform this horrible experience into a contemporary dance piece for the community, so that the people of Australia can experience and engage with me on a suffering and feeling level. But I can only do this with the appropriate support and assistance.
Too easy. 20 grand and I didn't even have to dance. Just goes to show that with a little bit of imagination and some baggy jeans, there's nothing a girl can't get. Now, to sell the dog.
Well, it looks like this driveway's ready for cementing, but it's always a stressful job, waiting for wet cement to dry. And what do you do about those young hooligans who always come around writing their graffiti in your beautiful mortar? Here's the drum. Now, instead of using your usual wire reinforcing, just lay down some barbed wire instead. Then just pour on the cement, smooth it over, beautiful. Of course, this won't stop anyone wrecking it, but it will be sweet revenge.
There are strict religions, there are crackpot religions, and there are religions that are simply an ideal lifestyle choice. And one of the very best is Buddhism. I first became enchanted with Buddhism when I saw one of these ancient scrolls at the museum. Loosely translated, it says that we cannot be at one with the universe until we let go of our desires and give up our possessions. And I thought, I've just got to have one of those for the living room. But you know, decoration is not the only thing that Buddhism has to offer. It's also a very aromatic religion. Smell that enlightenment. Sandalwood, great for the toilet. The dining room is the perfect place for you to show off your fine mahogany Buddha statue for a couple of reasons. Firstly, with such a fat little fella looking down at you, you'll feel so much less guilty about asking for that extra helping of flan. But most of all, he'll be a talking point, which means you can casually drop the news that you're now a Buddhist. Imagine how envious your friends will be that you've joined Uma Thurman and Richard Gere's little club. And yet you can still be friends, because Buddhism is a religion that never offends anybody. And when you get a little squiffy at dinner and say something stupid, you've got an instant riposte. Don't you think the melon flavours override the passion fruit? Oh, that's just a bit of Zen. And best of all, there are no compulsory attendances or prayer times or dress codes. You just say you're a Buddhist and you are one. And all you need to do is find time for some quiet contemplation. Right, enough of that. Time to load the washer.
More practical advice for house-proud Australians, Todd.
Oh, that's right. And with a lot more to come, Dr. Rudy. And you know, not all our practical advice in the show comes from us experts in here.
Over the past few weeks, we've had hundreds of emails from viewers offering their own tips and advice.
Yeah, so if any of you handymen out there, or handy ladies for that matter, have an idea, why not send us an email and tell us about it?
At lifesupport@sbs.com.au.
And thanks to the speed of cyberspace, we can do something about your domestic difficulties faster than it takes Todd to tell you.
A lifeline in half the time. But if you lead a simpler life and don't have email,
just write to us at Life Support SBS Locked Bag 028 Crow's Nest 1585.
Another problem solved.
Oh, let's not stop there. Let's keep going.
Now, I don't know much about art, but I know what tourists like. Have you ever seen that brightly coloured, naive art crap in souvenir shops and thought, kids could do that? Well, they can. Just head to your local community centre with a proposal to run free holiday care. Advertise and get a room full of eager-to-please kiddies just busting for things to do. Kids love craft and are just so good at it. So don't waste their time with silly crayon drawings that'll just end up composting on relatives' fridge doors. Start with butcher's paper and then move on to postcards, placemats and t-shirts. And by showing the kids some new skills, you'll open up a whole world of opportunity for them and for you. With some creative littlies, a few easy-to-follow patterns and the right space, your output will capture the hearts, minds and travellers' checks of our international visitors. No, mate, not like that. Like this.
It's great to have a man around the house, but they do come with some rather unfortunate habits. Once upon a time, back when men were hunters, they could hit a water buffalo with a spear from 50 feet. Nowadays, when men are bankers, you'd be hard-pushed to find one who can hit the bowl from straight above it. Well, stop putting those papers down for him. There is a simpler way. Seeing as men enjoy games of skill, try painting a small target on the back of the toilet bowl to make toilet time more fun. It'll give him something to hit other than your hand-knotted Haitian toilet rug. Keeping in mind that most little accidents happen at night, you'll need to choose a good waterproof phosphorescent paint. Or, for that antique designer effect with an indefinite glow, you'll want something which contains radium salts, which they used to use on the hands and numbers of watch faces. Now you can have a drier room with lovely loo lighting your friends will adore.
Good advice, Sigourney. I think all of us men would appreciate the thought and enjoy that bullseye challenge. But a word of caution. Radium is radioactive and it does react with both air and water. So you may experience headaches, rectal itching or blood in the urine from your antique effect.
But most women I know would say that that's a small price to pay for a clean bathroom and a happy man.
Lack of concentration is what it's all about.
You have the toilet where you sit down and do your poo. If you try to urinate, you may not target well. And even when you target it right there, it could, flip. You have 5 channels,
No experience of that, I must say. I brought my son up better than that.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. You can't use it after you have to wash it, clean it, then you have to use it.
Men are more inclined to pee over the edge, leave the seat down. But, women are pretty messy in bathrooms too, from my experience.
Well, women piss on the toilet seats too. It's not just men. Like, they lift the toilet seats up and piss around the toilet. I've been into hotels, I've been into clubs. And some women are filthy. Like, if you could see the women's toilets, it'd make you spew.
Well, I can't believe it. Here we are at the end of another show.
No, we aren't.
Aren't we?
No, we've still got a whole nother segment to go.
Oh, so what are we doing here?
We're introducing the next segment.
Oh, so what is it?
I thought that you knew.
No, I don't know. Well, let's have a look and find out.
I bet some of you recognise this as your pharmaceutical best friend. But for those of you who are more cheerful, let me fill you in. This is a Prozac capsule, perfect for fixing all the symptoms of depression, whether it's insomnia, appetite loss, or just that overwhelming urge to kill yourself. But did you know that the patent for Prozac is about to expire, which means you can now make your own Prozac at home? Normally, Prozac contains fluoxetine hydrochloride, but if you don't have that in your kitchen, I've found an equally good substitute is crystallised sucrose. It always gives you a boost. Now you need to add something that will stop you moping about in bed. I'm going to use a natural extract from the Coffea arabica plant. Now we need to find a non-reactive container to mix the ingredients in. This'll do. Oh, and there you have it. Your very own homemade Prozac. Now, if the lady friend's got the painters in, you may want to serve it with a Tim Tam for that double dose of antidepressant.
Hey, this is my friend Sally. Sally tells me that her parents have been holding out on her with the pocket money. Well, Sally, have you ever tried getting pocket money from other adults? Come with me. Go on, like I told you.
When you give me 50 cents, I'll stop. Ah! Mommy, stop hitting me! Still watch from the bruises you gave me yesterday!
Wow, good work. Hey, can I borrow 50 cents?
No.
No? When you give me 50 cents, I'll stop.
Don't! Stop it! Don't! Stop it! Stop it!
Hello there. Dr. Riddy here. You know, Making more money doesn't always have to be about property or shares or even getting a job. You can also make money by being aware of the value of what we call collectibles. As we Australians become more aware of our colourful past, even ordinary objects can increase in value over time if they reflect a little piece of Australian history. And so tonight, Sigourney is going to show you girls how you can make more money without even leaving the kitchen.
Thanks, Dr. Rudy. As you can imagine, spring cleaning is something I look forward to about as much as another birthday. But there is a plus to doing these tedious tidying chores. If your storage space is as neglected as mine, you could find all sorts of interesting things that have transformed into rare collector's items. Take this biscuit tin, for example. At an auction, it'd fetch about $2 if you're lucky. But it's what's inside that can fetch big bickies. Remember these adorable little fellows from a less precious time? Yes, they're Gollywog biscuits, and they're in mint condition. Exciting for any collector, but what really puts these in the high earner category is the expiration date. October 1954. This was a time when stolen generations of children were probably being spoilt by these delicious treats at their suburban ceremony known as afternoon tea with the new parents. A rare historic record of Australia's recent past like this will make a valuable financial buffer for your children in these sorry economic times. What do you think, Dr. Rudy?
Valuable advice, Sigourney. Remember, girls, making money can be fun, so be sure to check and see if your family has hidden anything in your closet. Bye now.
Well, I can't believe it, but here we are at the end of another show.
The end of our 4th episode. As good a reason as any to smoke some trout.
Incredibly carcinogenic, but incredibly tasty.
So tune in next week, same time, same channel, when I'll be enlightening you on how old people can be more than just a pain in the ass.
And I'll show you how your cuddly teddy bear can be a crafty drinking buddy.
And I'll continue to be elusive about what I got coming up. But you wouldn't want to miss it.
Until then, don't listen to anything anyone else tells you on television.
And keep sending in those letters, because your life's worries are our life's work.
Good night, Australia.